what it is. Teammate versus teammate. Except Flash is down at the 8 o'clock position and whatever, and up at the 2 o'clock and whatever is Action. Action Zerg. What this is, teammate versus teammate. They're like, Flash is twitching like, can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? Yep. I actually want to play that song. If it's not blocked by YouTube, I want to play it before every Group C tiebreaker, once I finally get to those. We'll see how that works out. Why can't we be friends? By War. Anyway, let's see. So Action. I was impressed by Action in this game versus Flash, to be honest. He really took Flash the distance. I make a lot of Rocky analogies on this channel, but I think every single one is merited, to be honest. Took him the distance, just like Rocky. There you go, that's your analogy. Adrian! Such a good movie. The rest can go to hell, but anyway. Let's see. No, I like Ivan Drago. I must break you. And that is Flash. Look at that. These two are perfect for each other because you got Rocky versus Drago here. I must break you. So, Action. Yeah, Action did a pretty long game with Flash and he lost in the late game. So really, if he wants to take down Flash, I think he's going to have to end it early, to be honest. You can say that about a lot of players, except maybe Protoss. Protoss tend to win against Flash in just about any stage in the game. When they do win, which isn't often, but when they do win, it can be early with the kind of zealot attacks that Bisu did in the Pro League Finals against Flash. He's like, man, I want to take him down early. I don't want to deal with Flash's late game at all. So he didn't. He won in an early game, which many players do against Flash because they're scared. Let's be honest, they're scared, they're quaking in their boots, and they know that Flash is a major threat. So they try to end it early. But there's the barracks, Flash expanding immediately. And he's going to eventually build a bunker at the front to protect himself, since he hasn't even pumped one single Marine yet. And Action's going to see this. Action sees the base coming up. Going to try to pick off the SCV. And Flash hopefully can successfully micro away from this. Yes, he has his Marine, so he's going to keep away the drone for now. But the third hatchery on the way for Action. So this could be a standard opening from him. Flash is going to try to stay in long enough to see if this is a standard opening. Flash looking very worried. I would be too, because Action, he's played some good games recently. He's always been an inconsistent player, but there's a refinery from Flash already. Pretty early refinery, actually, from him. And he already has 2 SCVs on it. So no telling what the hell he's going to open with. But he's just expanded, and he's just put down his refinery. So this is going to be ridiculous, no matter what happens for Flash. Hey boy. So, second base comfortably mining for Action. And I haven't seen anything from him yet before the lair pops up. The lair is getting ready to come up, I think. Well, Flash being warded off by the Zerglings. He wants to get out, save an SCV before the Zerglings get speed. But there is the factory already for Flash. He's got the factory. So he definitely could go in with some vulture harassment. The scout was taken down though. SCV kill by Action. Lair about to pop up. So yeah, this is going to be interesting because Flash has a couple of openings as of late. I'm thinking back to the Ever 2009 OSL when Flash had basically 2 openings, and it was brilliant, really, the mindset behind it. He would either 14cc or bunker rush, And it's great because he really got into his Zerg opponent's head and made them second guess everything they did. He's like, man, is he going to bunker rush me? I can't 12 hatch if he's going to bunker rush me, so I need to go pool first, but then flash 14 CCs. And it was brilliant. He won every single game versus Zerg in that OSL, and he played basically all Zerg to get to the top. So that was nuts. But he's kind of branched away from that, and he has a few openings he does now, including a Valkyrie build and a bio break. He's done a lot of breaks with fire bats. He's been very successful with fire bat play, and this OSL alone. He has some fire bat heroes in this thing. But Marines are already moving up just to scare Action a bit, and they can throw down some static defense soon, I think. But here comes the Spire for Action, so he is opening up with standard play. See the Zerglings, speedy Zerglings trying to get in, scout a bit, get the lay of the land. Oh my god, there's a starport coming up. God, and the armory, so this is a Valkyrie opening from Flash. It's one of his favorite openings as of late. He won an OSL with this build against Zero, the Valkyrie opening build. Of course, he did it then because his wrist was hurting, so hopefully his wrist is not hurting today. Okay, the barracks, extra barracks on the way, and this is a powerful build because you get the Valks out, which are very much anti-muta, so you can focus on whatever else comes your way with the Medica Marines. So you don't have to waste Medica Marines, lose a bunch of them to the muta harassment early on in the game. You'll have a Valkyrie to keep away the mutas as you pressure the front. So the Zerg player usually needs a lot of static defense to fight back something like this, which Action does not have yet. Building a Hydralisk Den, in fact, to deal with this. Interesting, so here come the Medica Marines grouping out the front. First Valkyrie out already, so hopefully Action catches on to this, gets a couple Scourge in the air, but I don't think he's gotten the scouting information he needs yet. He's just going back and forth with the Zerglings, and these mutas are going to be in for a hell of a surprise. Flash being kind of conservative with his turrets. He doesn't need to build too many turrets at this point, but I think the stem was being researched at the academy, but here come the mutas in for a very rude surprise. Flash moving out a tad with his Medica Marines, going to be caught by the mutas. Action's probably thinking, man, this is so good. Going to trap Flash out here, take down all these Medica Marines, and now he's going to need a change of pants. Oh my god. Valkyrie's coming in, fending off the mutas. Now the static defense on the way could be a bit too late because the creep colony is just now being built by Action, just two of them as well at the natural expansion. So there's Action trying to make some use of the mutas. He's going to snipe the turret at the natural expansion and continue to harass this natural, coming in with Zerglings as well. That's going to leave him pretty wide open at his natural, so hopefully he has a static defense coming up. But Flash pulling back with the Valkyries, chasing away the mutas. Splash so devastating to groupings of mutas. So Action gotta stay away. He's building a third sunken. Now hopefully it'll be enough. He's got some Zerglings coming in now to buffer for the sunken colonies, but just not enough static defense. He's going to lose both of these sunken colonies at the front. So can he do? I think he sniped two of the Valkyries with Scourge or something, but no. Flash getting closer to taking out this hatchery at the natural, and the mutas can't get close to Flash. Flash scanning at the top just to get the vision, see if he can fight off any potential lurkers or something. Just get the vision at the front, kill whatever he can on the high ground. But Flash pushing his way up the ramp. Oh, taking down all of the mutas. Lots of blood splatters everywhere. Reinforcements on the way. Not to mention this Valkyrie in now to kill all the overlords. That's a very depressed overlord there on that high ground. On the ridge. Sitting there on the ridge, depressed. But here come the reinforcements for Flash, which should clean this up and secure Flash a spot in the round of 8. Oh boy. So Flash, even though he had kind of troubling time, GG! He makes it out of the round of 16, despite the 1-2 he went in the round of 16, losing to Jambi and Bogus. Redeems himself and moves out into the round of 8. So okay, that wraps up the Group A tiebreakers. Oh, let's move on to the Group B ones now.